Okay, gang, tonight's main event, the RWL United States Championship on the line this evening with Rick Boogs challenging dual champion, the Legal Eagle, Rod the Bod Whitley.
Tonight's Snarl main event is set for one fall with a 15-minute time limit, and it is for the RWL United States Championship.
Guys, this is a massive opportunity for Rick Boogs as shot at the United States title, which he's totally earned, and he's really gonna have to buckle down and handle his business if he expects to walk out of here as the new United States title holder. Boogs and that rock and roll persona of his, plus a respectable win-loss record, have conspired together to win over our WL fans enough to where he has rated this U.S. title shot, but it's against a seasoned veteran in Rod Whitley, currently U.S. champ, and sharing the TV tag titles with American Supreme Matt Clark. So Boogs has this chance, and you can bet he's gonna do everything he can to avoid squandering it. I actually like Rick's chances here, as he's demonstrated some quality in ring skills, but is he able to compete at the same level as Rod the Bod? That's the question the next several minutes will answer.
I'm kind of liking his chances too. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Rick Boogs is a throwback to old school 80s wrestling. I mean, just look at him. Everything about him screams old school, and he's definitely got the skill set. But some people still believe him to be mid. Well, I don't know if he's mid or not, but he's earned a title shot, and that's not mid.
If I can chime in here a second,
You better.
Rick Boogs has had an upset win or three, where no one expected him to win. So, if Rod Whitley has an off night, or Rick Boogs is aware enough to exploit any possible mistakes by Whitley, we could be in for another long and contentious encounter like that last tag match. The excitement in the building is at a fever pitch as we await the arrival of Rod the Bod.
And here he is, the Legal Eagle, Rod the Bod Whitley, cousin to American Supreme Matt Clark, dual champion, tag team champion, United States champion, and boy, Rod the Bod Whitley, in about 12 years in the business, has done a whole lot.
And what a wild journey those 12 years have been for Rod, beginning as one of two short Popeye's key agents in trying to destroy his own cousin's career at Scott Bell's direction, and garnering heaps of hatred from fans to seeing the light, turning on Scott, and ultimately helping take him down as our WL commish at the time to where Bell stands today, defanged, his poison sacks removed, to where he's now little more than a glorified ringside manager, and since making peace with Matt Clark and joining forces with him as part of the Southern Gentlemen, Whitley's made the long climb back to fan popularity. What an odyssey it's been for Rod Whitley. And tonight, he'll have to fend off Rick Boogs or risk losing the U.S. title and his status as a double champion.
I think it's getting to where I say this every week, guys, but you two are the best color analysts a guy could ever ask for. And there it is, the RWL United States title. This is gonna be good.
Introducing first the challenger from Columbus, Ohio, weighing 234 pounds, here's Rick Boogs. And his opponent from Pembroke, North Carolina, weighing 265 pounds, he's an RWL dual champion and the reigning United States champion. Here is Rod the Bod Whitley.
And Rod the Bod, the Legal Eagle, could have had any number of people in his corner this evening. He could have had American Supreme Matt Clark at ringside. He could have had Crystal Gabor, but he has decided he is going to go it alone tonight to defend the United States title from Rick Boogs as Rick Boogs inspects the title. Referee Willie Johnson displaying the U.S. belt for everybody to see. This is going to be really good. All right, main event, U.S. title, Rick Boogs versus Rod the Bod. Let's see where this one shakes out. Willie Johnson rings the bell. Here we go. Rick Boogs opens up with a good series of shots into a headlock punch. Whitley counters with an elbow, charges clothesline, takes down Rick Boogs, follows it up with a kick. Rod the Bod Whitley with a flip over neck whip on Rick Boogs. Boogs catches a kick to the leg. Rod Whitley rounds him back up. Hard right. Another hard right spins him around. Whitley goes behind. Look at this. Full Nelson suplex. Nicely executed by Rod the Bod. Whitley all the way up on the top turnbuckle. Goes there. Leg drop right across the throat of Rick Boogs. Oh, man. Whitley trying to wrap this one up quick. I think he's dragging Boogs to center ring. Goes for the cover and hooks the leg. 1, 2, and near fall. Whitley figured he had it. Rick Boogs struggling to get back to his feet. Whitley helps him up. Winds up the arm. Gets him back down. Stomps the shoulder. And Whitley getting greedy, going up to that top turnbuckle yet again. And here we go. Another leg drop across the throat of Rick Boogs. Damn. Boogs counters, gets back up on his feet. Whitley swings and misses. Rick Boogs locks him up, whips him into the far corner. Connects with a couple of rights. Hard ones, too. Whitley crashes down. And whoa, what a double axe handle from Rick Boogs. As he starts to try and pull away here, trying to regain momentum. Rolling elbow across the chest of Whitley. Rick Boogs smashes the arm. Rounds up Rod the Bod Whitley. A right, a left, and a clubbing double axe handle that takes him down. Another elbow drop across the chest. Rick Boogs starting to pull away here. Another elbow across the chest of Rod Whitley. Followed up with a stomp. Rick Boogs rounds him up. Locked up. Whitley has him up over the shoulders. And pitches him to the outside. Said the hell with throwing him over the top rope. I'm just going to toss him out onto the floor. Whitley follows him on out. Stretching the arm of Rick Boogs as the official starts counting. Rick Boogs gathered up again by Whitley. Tried for the ring steps, but Rick Boogs didn't make it. Knee across the back. A series of kicks. Whitley rounds him up. Whoa! Nice suplex. Rod the Bod Whitley rounds up Rick Boogs. Drives him into the ring steps. As Whitley makes his way back inside the ring, the referee continues to count Rick Boogs. Rod Whitley taking his leisure here. Looking like he's got this one under control. The U.S. champion determined not to lose the title to Rick Boogs. Whitley starts the count again, goes outside. Rick Boogs drives him into the ring steps and takes himself back inside. Now Whitley's laid out. Willie Johnson starts the count, but that's not going to end at 1. Whitley back inside the ring. Hard right spins around. Rick Boogs goes behind. Rick Boogs counters with an elbow. They lock up again. Kick to the midsection from Whitley. Hard right. Rick Boogs regains control. Snap suplex. Takes Whitley down to the canvas. Slams the head of Rod Whitley down. Follows it up with a stomp. Rick Boogs starting to regain some control of things here as he goes into a rear chin lock on Rod Whitley. Whitley sweeps the leg, takes him down, and escapes the hold. Rick Boogs locks him up. Hard whip to the far corner. Whitley counters with an elbow. Rick Boogs delivers the right, locks him up. Whitley counters with a kick to the midsection. A shoulder takes him down. Rick Boogs with another shoulder. Ducks under Whitley. Rebounds off the ropes and a clothesline that puts Whitley into the far corner. Whitley counters, puts Boogs in the corner, delivers a hard kick to the midsection. And now, this stomp in the face of Rick Boogs. Whitley covers. 1, 2. Oh, no, almost. That was 2.999, and Whitley is mad, huh? Can't blame him. That was damn close. Rod the Bod Whitley takes himself topside again. Rick Boogs getting up to his feet. Double axe handle definitely finds the mark, and down goes Rick Boogs again. Whitley with another flip over neck whip. And now into a heel hook stretch on Rick Boogs. And Rick Boogs is in all kinds of pain and losing the momentum here quickly. Whitley grabs both legs. Whoa, low leg drop. Whitley rounds up Rick Boogs again. He sets him up. Whoa! Well, there's the water wheel. Whitley covers. 1, 2, 3. Rod the Bod Whitley puts this one to bed quick, retaining the RWL United States Championship. And let's go get the official word from Buck Morton.
The time, 5 minutes and 10 seconds. your winner by pinfall, and still our WO United States champion, Rod the Bod Whitley.
I think it's fair to say Rick Boogs did not embarrass himself this evening. He just didn't have the wherewithal to outsmart Rod the Bod Whitley. And Rod was determined and hungry to maintain that status. And it shows here in the replay. Rod the Bod Whitley, every time Rick Boogs started to get aggressive, started to get the momentum, he shut him down. And there it is, that water wheel. And he laid it on Rick Boogs twice. That last one was the straw that broke the camel's back. As far as Rick Boogs was concerned, he got the 1-2-3, retains the United States Championship. Not a bad day at the office for Rod Whitley.
And that's going to conclude our day at the office as we wrap up tonight's Snarl. Folks, if you're watching, we thank you, and we appreciate your support of our WL Wrestling, and we'll continue to keep these shows coming. Stay tuned, because coming up next will be the Global or Super Card from the nation's capital, and that's 3 hours of high-octane RWL mat action. For all of us here at our WL, this is Wally Cardill saying thanks, good night, and be safe.